so you are going to begin in a seated position on the chair. Going to straddle the chair here. Feet are going to be flat on the floor, and you're going to bring your hands to the top of the chair. Make sure you're kind of back far enough that your bottom feels like it's going to be right at the edge. And you're going to take the hands to the top of the chair. And you're just kind of tipping slightly forward on the diagonal here. So on one straight line from my head to my tailbone, I'm applying a little pressure downward into the chair, lengthening out through the top of my head. And I want you to inhale, and you're trying to open up behind those left ribs. And exhale. Try to keep them open. Pull back slightly through the belly button. And now on your next inhale, you're going to reach your right arm overhead. And lower back down. Exhale. Inhale, reach the left arm overhead, and you're trying to open up behind the left ribs. Don't let them push forward. Still pressing down through the right arm. And return. And switch again. So now I'm pressing down through my left hand. Right arm is reaching overhead, belly's back towards the spine, and return. And switch again, inhale. And exhale. One more time, each way. Inhale, pressing down into the feet, lengthening out through the crown of the head. And switch. Good. And lower down. Or just relax and shake it out. Okay. Now you're going to flip around, turn around. And your feet are still out wide. We're going to do that muscle cylinder here. I'm just going to kind of tuck in here. So what I'd like you to do, you are making sure that both sides of your waist are staying nice and long. You can bring your thumbs underneath your ribs, fingertips at the top of the pant line. Find your length first. And you're going to inhale and tip up and over to your left, trying to maintain this nice length on the left side of the waist. And exhale, center. Inhale, tip up and over to the right. And exhale, center. Inhale, tip up and over to the left. And now you're going to reach that left arm overhead. Exhale. And lower back down. Exhale and lengthen. Pull back through the belly button. Remember, your head is an attachment of your spine, so try not to stay upright here with that head. It's just tilting slightly to the side. You're bringing it along with you. And one more time, exhale. Good. And come back to center. Replace the hand. And we're going to switch up and over the other way. And exhale, reach that bottom arm overhead and lower down. And exhale and lengthen, pull back through the center. And exhale and lower. Good, 2 more times. And last time, exhale. Good. And come back to center. Give it a little wiggle, shake it out. Okay, so now you put the chair off to the side. We're going to come onto your back. I'd like you to bring your small ball and your wedges with you. Okay. Oh, okay. Oops. I don't know what I just hit there. All right, so small ball in between your inner thighs, and you're going to wedge up. Your long wedge is underneath of your right ribs. Make sure it's not too far in. And then your small wedge is underneath of your left hip. Okay. So what I'd like you to do here, you're going to take your fingers to the front of the ribs, wrap your thumbs behind. We're going to do a little bit of diagonal breathing here. We're going to start with an inhale of 6, exhale of 6, and then work our way up to 10 each way. So you're inhaling into your left thumb and right fingertips. So with each repetition, you want those left ribs to sink further and further towards the mat on your exhale. And the whole rib cage wheel is trying to rotate to the left. And if it helps with that right shoulder tipping forward, you can even just place your hand flat onto your ribs here and do the same thing. It might help that shoulder to relax back a little bit. Good. Nice job. All right, so you're going to take that ball, place it underneath of your right foot. Arms are at a hover here, reaching forward. You're going to inhale and roll that ball away. Arms reach overhead only as far as you're able to control it. And exhale, pull it back in. Inhale and lengthen, drop down through the chin. Drop back through the left ribs. Belly pulls back towards the spine, return the legs and arms. Try not to curl the spine as you bring the knee in. You're keeping that pelvis wide and flat through the front, and you're just folding at that hip crease. Good. Let's go ahead and switch sides. So now the left foot is on top, right foot is flat on the floor, arms are at a hover. And inhale, lengthen away. And exhale, return. Try to still continue with that diagonal breathing if you're able to. No, it's super hard to combine that with a dynamic movement like this. Keep the right hip down and back, left ribs down and back. One more time, inhale. And exhale, return. Good. Go ahead and release the legs from the ball. You can rock side to side here. Nice job. Then we're going to make our way onto our right side first. Turn my mat. All right, so right side, primary convexity. So you are going to be focusing on keeping those bottom ribs lifted the whole time. Okay. And you're going to take your top arm and reach it the whole way overhead to help with that little lift here. You're going to flex the foot to lift the leg up to hip height and point and lower back down. And you're going to flex and lift, point and lower. I know this is a little different than we did the other day. Flex and lift. Point and lower. Try to take the strain out of your neck and jaw. And now you're going to point and lift and flex and lower. So you're not thinking about enough things. We're going to coordinate some movement. You're going to point and lift and flex and lower. Good. Trying not to rock through the pelvis. You're finding that hip crease at the side of the hip to lift the leg. And now keep that leg lifted. You're going to inhale, travel that leg a little forward. And exhale back behind. Let's flex the foot to bring it forward and point through the foot to bring it back. Good, so you're only going as far as you're able to control here. Still have that nice little lift under those bottom ribs, not a huge lift. And one more time, inhale forward. And exhale back. Nice job. Bend the knee, let everything kind of rest down. Tap out that hip. Good. Okay, other side. So you're going to swing the legs around. You're going to lay onto your left side. Bottom ribs stay down. And you're going to reach your top arm straight out from the shoulder. I want you to flex the foot to lift and point and lower. So remember to reach for something that's a little too far away from you with that top hand. Good. And now you're going to point to lift, flex to lower. Still really reaching through the fingertips. And last time, keep that leg lifted. You're going to flex the foot to travel the leg forward and point the foot and bring it slightly back behind. Connect to that hamstring and glute. So as you bring the leg back, you have to really focus on connecting to that core to take the pressure out of the lower back. Last time, forward and back one more time, sorry. And point it back. Nice job. Let that leg relax down, tap out that hip, and fan the feet up a few times. Good. Okay. Last thing, we're going to come onto your elbows and your knees, tuck the toes under, and we're focusing on keeping the left ribs open. I want you to exhale and hover the knees, pulling in through the belly button. And inhale, lower. So you're opening up behind the left ribs without rotating the hips. Inhale, lower. Exhale and lift. Inhale, lower, drawing up strong through the belly button. Lift the knees. And lower back down. Nice job, that's it.